guys, welcome back to our repair guys. In today's video guys, we're going to be taking that Porsche Cayenne apart. It's a Cayenne first generation 4.5 engine, and we'll show you guys how to remove and replace thermostat. We have more than 200 videos on this car, so please guys, give a thumb up, subscribe to the channel. If you need help with anything, drop a comment below and we'll try our best to make a video for your problem. So we'll be doing coolant pipe replacement on that thing, water pump replacement, and in the meantime we'll replace the thermostat, and that's what we'll show you today, how to do it. So please guys, check out the channel and let's go ahead and start on it. All the tools and parts that will be used in this video, you can find them in the description of the video below for your convenience. So let's start on it now. So now we need a torque sturdy bit. Okay, this is a torque sturdy bit, and let me explain how you remove those plastic bolts here and the one on the also on the air box right there. Now most people will break those, and I'll show you how, and you will not even suspect that yours were broken probably. So as you can see, okay, on top of this bolt right here, okay, there is one dot. Okay, this dot right here. So this dot guys, okay, needs to face this way in order to be able to pull it out. Usually when they're locked in place, it will be placed like that, opposite. Then you have to turn it this way, okay, you can see that white thing of the plastic, where it's a little bit wider than the rest of it, that's where it needs to face. The same will apply to this one here. Okay, and for this one, the easiest thing will be to actually, okay, disconnect the throttle body cable here. Okay, so it's not in the way. I'll leave it like that, and you can see it's already where it's supposed to be. When it's locked, it's like that. And now we need to bring that dot here to the white part and see what will happen. Now stay with us to show you about the airbox, because that's a very tricky situation too. Now there is one tooth on the bottom side that goes in that white opening. Now that tooth will break if people are not careful, so you need to make sure everything aligns, and after that all you have to do, okay, grab it, okay, with the pliers and just pull it straight out without twisting. Okay, our tooth is broken. That's where it was supposed to be. It's not there anymore because somebody messed it up. Now the same thing we do to this side here. Okay, this one got stuck a little bit, so let me make sure that it's situated where it's supposed to be. Okay, I see that thing actually on the bottom, that tooth, that it's bent. So somebody tried to pull it out the wrong way, and now that's going to cost us a little bit, because it will be stuck. So in our case, I'll have to move it a little bit left or right until it goes in the canal, okay? And it came out. Okay, you can see this tooth, half of it is still good, half is not. So you need to make sure that this little bitty tooth, okay, right here guys, check it out, this little bitty thing goes in this canal right here. You can see how we have the two canals, otherwise you'll not be able to pull it out. Now the same thing to the air box right here, but a little bit different location. Now you can see when they're locked in place, that's how they face forward. Now we need to bring that dot, okay, here to match this dot on the back side, okay, over here. So we'll just turn it, okay, like that, and the same thing to this one here. Perfect. Now let me see if I can pull those guys out now. Now, okay, check out the tooth on the bottom. This one is still good, and one more on this side. Okay, need to situate it exactly where it needs to go. If it doesn't come out, okay, don't break it. You need to move it a little bit. something's not aligning. Okay, so eventually, okay, it comes out. Okay, this is this one here as well. Now, need to go to this side now. Okay, and we need to do the same thing. Now you can see the dots are on the back side. Okay, right here. So I'll turn them to align this with the dot there. And this with that dot. Okay, we'll need to go ahead and pull them out now. Okay, this one came out easy. One of them always tend to get stuck for some reason. Okay, so this one came out too. You can check it out here now. How you disconnect the mass airflow sensors? Okay, now right here, that connector. First step will be push it in. Okay, you need to push it in so you release the pressure right here on that tooth. And after that, while you're pushing in, push that tooth back and pull it out, guys. You can see the tooth is inside, right here. Same thing to this side, but the tooth is on the bottom, so you cannot see it so good. Okay, but that's what we do. And now, okay, we have one vacuum hose underneath that we need to disconnect here. You just squish. Okay, let me explain it here quick. Come to show you with the camera. On that vacuum hose right here, you need to squish those two things in and pull it out. Okay, just like that. Okay guys, with the intake out of the way now, I want to show you, okay, why we removed it. Because ours does not have a drain plug and we'll need to access that hose there. If your Porsche does have a drain plug, you do not need to remove the intake. And even if you don't have a drain plug, you still don't have to, but you minimize the risk of breaking your radiator and that hose because you have more room to work on the part, and the intake takes only like 2 minutes to remove it. So let me get underneath and show you if you have a drain plug where it will be located. Okay, so you can see on this part of the radiator, okay, right here, okay, right here, that's the transmission lines. Right next to them, you will have a green or blue drain plug. Ours, okay, we don't have it. You can see just aluminum radiator. So we will have to drain it through the lower hose. Okay, and the procedure for bleeding later, it's quite complicated, so you need to double check on the channel to make sure that we do everything correct. So, okay, let me show you. I'm trying to see from here. Okay, this is the hose. This is the lower hose. And there is one metal clip that we'll need to bring up with a screwdriver. We'll need to just pull it straight up. And then we'll need to move the hose out, but we'll need to have a container to catch all the coolant, and you need to put new coolant because you will contaminate this one. Okay, so that's how you guys drain the coolant. So let's start on it now. So I'll get a flat head screwdriver, little one like that. Okay, and I'll come on this side. Okay, like that. Okay, let's see if that is too big of a screwdriver. Yeah, that's too thick. Let me get a thinner one quick to start it. Okay, like that. You don't have to remove the spring all the way. It has a certain position where it stops. If you want to, you can remove it, but later you need to align everything and install it. Now, you just need to wiggle it gently a little bit. You cannot turn it because it has a tooth that goes in, so you can just pull it straight out. Okay guys, coolant's coming out. So you can see quite a bit of a mess. We're going to let it drain for a long time. So next step, we need to remove the secondary air pumps. Okay, both of them. Because we'll need to remove those covers here so we can get those hoses out of the way. Perfect. 3 bolts with Torx 40. We pull the pump out. We need to remove the pump all the way. You have 2 options. You can remove it all the way, just disconnect the hose and the wire, and it has, I believe, 1 clip, or you can leave them hanging on the side. It's up to you. We're working on the second one now. So now with Torx 30 we need to remove 4 bolts for each cover. Okay, we just dropped our bit. Okay, we picked our bit, got it loose. So now we'll try to go by hand. We need to do that to all 4 bolts. 1, 2, 3 and 1 right there. And this one we'll need to pick the secondary air pump out of the way like that so we can remove the bolts. That's how long they are. Okay, just 3 more to go on this side. So those we can actually do them with our screwdriver probably. With the power screwdriver. The last one I don't think we'll be able to get it in there. All the tools and parts, guys, again, you'll be able to find them in the description of the video below. Okay, perfect. Now, this pump, we'll be able to push it down a little bit, but now you grab that thing, okay, one person will hold the pump up. He has a few clips, okay, and this cover will come out, okay, just like that. And that's where your ignition coils and spark plugs are located as well. So we'll do exactly the same thing on this side now. We need to remove the four screws on this side now, and we'll be able to remove that cover as well. Okay, right here we'll see how we can get in there. The last one is a little bit hard to get to. Okay, perfect, got it loose. Now we'll remove all 4 and we'll proceed with the next step. Okay, we will lift the pump up. Now this one, he has a few clips again. Okay, this one now. This one should slide out, but I couldn't get the clip up. Okay. The one on this side as well. Now guys, we'll need to remove that bolt for the top engine mount. That way we can pull the cover out, otherwise it's not going to work. We'll be using a triple square socket. It's made mostly Volkswagen and Audi and Porsche uses that, so it's the VAG group socket. It's called triple square. You can check it out in the description of the video below. So we're going to go ahead, okay, and remove that bolt now. Okay, you can see pretty tight bolt actually. So 16mm socket on the back. Okay, careful not to drop the nut. Now we can go ahead and pull that bolt out. Okay, this is the bolt, pretty long bolt. Okay, we can move this thing up a little bit, and now we can go ahead and remove our cover out of the way now. Okay, here it came out. Okay, now it's holding under that bracket a little bit, so let's see if we can slide it out without causing any damage. We probably need to go this way a little bit. And if you don't want to do that, I'll recommend to actually go ahead, okay, and pull that bracket out of the way for the pump if it's heating too much. Okay, it's out. So now, okay, right here, that hose, we need to push down on it, squish both parts in. Okay, and pull it out. Okay, like that. It's a little bit stuck, you can see. Now we need to open, okay, that connector here. Okay, like that, and take it out. The same connector on this side like on the other one. Squish both parts in, pull it out. Okay, let me get the hose out so we don't break it. Okay, just like that. So now, this hose will be next. Again, squish both parts in, pull it out. One on this side. This one is hard to get to. Okay, perfect. One more out of the way. Now if you're just removing the fuel injectors, we're shooting that for a video as well. You don't need to unhook that hose, but we'll be removing our intake as well, so we'll go ahead and do that. So this one. Okay, it's the same procedure like what we did earlier. So if you cannot reach on the bottom, I'll just press in with the screwdriver a little bit, okay, and it will come out like that. Now we need to get that vacuum hose up a little bit, okay, careful not to break that thing. We need to disconnect all the wires for the fuel injector. There is a metal clip that you need to push up, in, pull it out. Okay, check it out now. Okay, this thing, you need to push it in and then you disconnect it. So we're going to do that for all 8 of them. That's the downside of working on a V8. You have everything in multiple numbers. Okay, that's another one. Okay, let's see if we can reach this one now. Perfect. Now one more right here. Okay, on this side we're done. I'll be doing the same thing on this side now. One out, 3 more to go. I will not recommend to pull on the wires ever. I did it, but do not do it because you can damage your wiring harness. Okay, just one more to go here. Okay, and that should be all of it. Okay, like that. So now the fuel rail is under enormous amount of pressure. What we will do, I wouldn't recommend. There is a special tool to drain your fuel rail and you don't have pressure in the system. Wear every time eye protection, gloves, face mask because that gas can spill. You have a fire extinguisher on the side as well next to you because you never know what will happen, and avoid sparks and things like that. So what we'll be doing, we don't have the special tool, we'll get a towel, okay, and we're going to poke that thing in and release the fuel pressure that way. Okay, that could seriously hurt you, so do not do what we did. Okay, we got our pressure out. It didn't spray too much in our case, but you never know. Okay, perfect. Now we can proceed with the next step. Next we need to disconnect the fuel pure line right here, and okay, on one side it's 17 millimeter, the other one we don't know exactly how much, but ours is we got 3/4 and it works good for us. So I recommend probably it's a 19. Okay, this is the fuel line now. You have some gas leak again, you have some fire extinguisher on the side. So now with Torx 40, okay, we'll remove 5 bolts on each side. This one's pretty tight. So we'll do it by hand first. Okay, and then we'll use the little impact because we forgot to charge our battery. Okay, let's see if we can get to the last one now, which is a little bit hidden. You can see hard to get to, so let me see if we can reach it from there. Okay, so we got the socket in there now, or maybe not. So we actually went behind the pipe and we were able to reach the bolt. We'll get it loose all the way and we'll proceed with getting all 10 bolts loose, and we'll show you the next step. So now we need to disconnect one vacuum hose. Okay, this one's out. So we need to disconnect that wire on the front as well, and let's see now if we'll be able to pick that thing up. Okay, perfect. So far we're getting loose on this side. Okay, let's see what we're hitting here. Okay, now leaves and stuff might fall in the engine. If something does, you have to get it out immediately, because if it drops in the valves, you're screwed up. So we have one vacuum on the back that we need to disconnect. We just saw it now, so let me go ahead and see what it is. Okay, one vacuum hose, and we have 2 things that we need to push in towards each other. Okay, once we pull that thing out, I'm going to show you where exactly it is. Okay, so this is the vacuum. You have 2 things that you need to squish in. One is here, one is 180 degrees from that. So let's see, okay, if we can pull that thing out now. Okay, the whole intake, okay, is out of the way, like that. And here we go, guys. So next we need to disconnect the little coolant pipes, okay, right here. Okay, that will be super hard thing to do, by the way. So let me just get, okay, I need to press it in on both sides, but I can't. I need to get 2 small screwdrivers to be able to do that now. Okay, on there. So if I press it in right here, okay, it should come up maybe. No, not yet. So let me see on this side. Okay, so this one is out. Pretty stressful job if you want my opinion about that. Now we'll do the same thing to this one and we'll come back. Okay, this one came loose as well now. Towards the back we have a clamp right there. Okay, so we're going to pick it up and we'll just leave it here on the side for now. Okay, so hopefully we don't break it. Next, with reverse Torx 10 E10 socket. Okay, let me show you what the socket looks like quick so you can know what to expect. Okay, this is the socket right there. This is the head of the bolt. We'll remove this. Okay, now let's see if it's going to move up a little bit. So we have one more bolt over there. So this one came out. Okay, now let's see if it's going to move up a little bit or not. Okay, and those pipes actually, okay, let's see on this side. Okay, those pipes are actually stuck right here. Okay, this is our knock sensor there, so we'll try to push a little bit on this side to see if we can get them out. Now the correct thing will be to open that bracket there. We need to disconnect the cables, open the bracket and disconnect all three hoses. So we'll disconnect, okay, those wires here now. Okay, like that. Then we need to disconnect the one on the bottom. This is the one for the starter, the positive. Now, I forgot to mention, have your car battery disconnected before you start any of that work, because the positive cable is here for the starter and you can short something out, seriously hurt yourself. So you have to, okay, you have to be careful doing that. So here now you have two teeth that you need to squish in towards each other and you'll be able, okay, to open, okay, that bracket here. Now let me pull the starter wire, okay, out of the way. It's holding here. Okay, don't want to break that plastic bracket. Now if you're doing a pipe replacement, okay, you're ready to go, but if you're not, try not to break things. Okay, top part came up. So we'll be disconnecting the three hoses now with the pliers. Okay, one, two more to go. Okay, and that's the third one. To see if we can catch it with those pliers. We might have to turn the hose clamp a little bit so we can actually access it with the pliers. Okay, perfect. Now we need to just get the hoses loose. Sometimes they'll be stuck, so you might have to use a screwdriver, okay, to break them loose. Okay, now you have to be extremely careful not to punch a hole in your hose, because it's super easy to do that and later develop a leak that could cost you a whole new engine if you're not careful. So take your time. There is special pliers that break those hoses loose as well. Okay, one out. You leak some coolant as well. Two. Okay, three. Loose. Now we'll need to lift up the rear end and we'll need to push out on this side. Okay. Okay, now we'll need this piece. I think will come out with this together, so don't try to push it out. So we'll remove that screw with the top sturdy here, so we can remove that pipe out of the way because there is one hidden bolt underneath it. Okay, perfect. So now that pipe has one mount on the front of the engine. Okay, right next to the dipstick there you can see. I believe it's this bolt that we'll need to remove, that will loosen the pipe as well. That way we can pull it out, otherwise we will not be able to do that. Okay, so we got it loose. That should be enough for the pipe to move. Now we're going to get the big screwdriver and try to push it out now. Okay, maybe if we try right here a little bit. That thing is stuck really big time. Okay, so you can see the pipe came out. Okay, it's loose now. So we need to go ahead, get the hoses disconnected here. Okay, these two big hoses. And they need to come towards the outside. And you can see we already moved that clamp on this side. Now we have this one here. You have to be careful not to break cable or something. Perfect. Now we need to break the hoses loose and pull them out. So you might spray some coolant out of those two hoses. Okay, and this one is out of there as well. So we need to get all the bolts loose now. We'll get a little impact, save us a little bit of time. Okay, let's see if that pipe will actually move out a little bit. So we'll need to disconnect that clamp there as well for that pipe so we can pull it out. So, okay, it came out. Now we have quite a bit of coolant here. It will leak out. We have the container on the bottom to collect it, so we can pull that pipe now out of there. Okay, it's spinning now, it should just come out. Perfect. Okay, so now we need to get a little bit of wires out of the way here, hopefully without breaking anything. Okay, and the coolant pipes are coming out of the car. Thank God we didn't spill any on the just painted bumper that we have here. Okay, we have a gasket here now. And your thermostat is located, okay, you can see right here. So we got a new thermostat right here. Okay, this is it. The new thing, brand new thermostat. Ours is, you can order them in different temperatures. Okay, ours is set at 83, the new one that we got. So this thing now, pretty much you have to turn it. Okay, all we have to do is just turn it so it gets loose there. And at the same time you need to press down and then turn it, because otherwise it's not going to release. Okay, it came out, let's see. Okay, the stock is set at 83 degrees as well, so both of them are set at 83 now. We'll go ahead and install the new one. Make sure everything's clean, there is no dust or anything like that, so we'll need to press down on it. Okay, press down and turn it at the same time to get in the canals. Okay, so you need to push down and install it at the same time. So now again we'll need to push down a little bit more and turn it. So we'll get a bigger socket, okay, that size right here. We'll get it on top of it, push down, and then just one person, okay, needs to, okay, align it there. Okay, just needs a little bit more. So let me push down on this side now, kind of like you need to center where you push down. Okay, perfect. And the thermostat is installed, guys. You can see just like that. So from that point on, okay, make sure that you get new gaskets. You can find where we got ours from in the description of the video below. Very important to put new gaskets. Okay, we're doing the pipe update here as well, so quite a few videos. We're going to remove the little gasket, okay, replace them with the new ones. Okay, you can see this is the new one here. So hopefully, guys, the video will be helpful to some of you. Please don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more videos, and see you guys next time.